Hi everyone. First, let me introduce myself. I'm Guilhem Fouetillou, co-founder of a French company named Linkfluence. And it's the fourth year now. Andrew and Mika invited us in New York and now in Barcelona. And I really want to thank them for giving us once again the opportunity to contribute to the project of the Personal Democracy Forum. At Linkfluence, we try to draw the internet. Not exactly with pencils, but we are drawing. Yes. Last year we presented you the face of the political web across Europe and the birth of a real pan-European Eurosphere. And the year before in New York it was the visualization of the US political blogosphere. And this year we'll leave the blogosphere and to talk about Twitter. I know it's a buzzword in all the discussions about politics and social media. And you know what, for the next 10 minutes, I'm going to follow the hype. So, I won't talk really about influence on Twitter. I know my title just said exactly the contrary. But I won't talk about followers and influence and following and replies and hashtags and all these kind of trending topics on Twitter, and maybe Justin Bieber too, and not even Lady Gaga, I'm sorry, we won't talk about that. Because we really think at Linkfluence that all these metrics about engagement and relationship on Twitter are not relevant. They make us believe that Twitter is another social network where the size of your network and the intensity of your discussions is what matters. Biston, Twitter founder, is giving conferences and interviews worldwide to explain it again and again. Twitter is not a social network site. And I add something, Twitter is not a CMS too. Twitter is not a place where you write articles. It's not a place where you publish your ideas. It's not a place where you share your experiences, participate to debates. There is blogs, forums, and dozens of CMS to do that, and it's stupid to try to summarize, for example, analysis about a rise of xenophobic ideologies all over Europe in only 130 characters. So what is Twitter about? What are we supposed to do with this 140 characters? Drive attention. Publish what is important for us, what we read, look at, hear on social media, and appreciate sufficiently to think that we should spread it to people that read our stream. On Twitter, people publish links to internal resources. We don't read them because of what they say on Twitter, I hope, but because of what they link, what they point out. On Twitter, people are hubs. They drive our attention to the better information destinations. There is, it's easy like that. Of course, there is a lot of services that help us to know what pages are the most linked by Twitterers. But when you look at these trending topics, you look at the bigger one, worldwide trending topics, and most of the time it's just another Justin Bieber thing or a Twitter thing. So we need to, if we want to listen to politics, and it's the topic here, we'll need to go deeper inside Twitter and find people that link to politics, that filter the ambient noise to focus on the political agenda. And we are searching for diversity, people that really monitor political issues and how it is commented, analyzed by the public space of social media. By the way, it's not so easy to focus on this kind of expert because because they are weak signal lost in a terrible noise. And just a quick statistic, more than 80% of all the tweets with an URL inside link to mass media articles, and it's always the same mass media articles. There's no diversity here, and it's just a huge echo of mainstream information. So at Linkfluence, we are extracting consumers, citizens' insight from the ambient noise of social media. And because social media is all about networks, we are mapping these networks. For a long time, we didn't know exactly how to map Twitter because, as I already said, Twitter is not a social network, so we decided to stop trying to map how people follow each other because it's not an evidence of any social interaction. Another option was to map the way people link to contents on social media and to position them in terms of similarity of their linking patterns. So an example. If two people tend to publish the same links and these links have a high specificity, they are not linked by everyone else, we position them in proximity because this linking pattern similarity is a good evidence of their social affinities. And we don't care if they reply, if they retweet, or if they follow Friday each other. So, what does it look like? Here's a map. So I don't know if... Okay. I'm supposed to have the interactive version of the map, but we can switch? Or... I don't know. Oh, yeah. Great, excuse me. So let's look at this map. And the first result in France, there is 2 million users of Twitter in France, and as you can see, the political Twitter hubs are less than 5,000. On this map, each dot you can see, yes, thanks for the zoom, is a Twitter account, and each edges represent a tendency of the two accounts to link the same resources. Maybe we can unzoom. Thank you, Arnaud. Come back. Yes, thanks. Most of them link mainly to political issues, as I explained to you before, on mass media. It's all the gray ones. But after you have a minority of Twitter hubs accounts that links to political commentators and to activists. We're in France, and as on the French blogosphere, the left-wing Parti Socialiste dominates the map. It's all the pink links on the left, and the right-wing UMP is really weak. It's in blue in the north of the map. The center-wing Modem is as in the French National Assembly between left and right, but they have more links with the left-wing. Something new since the 2 last years maybe, the rise of the extreme right-wing. It has its own territory of intense activity on the left in brown, with activists like François de Souche or Le Salon Beige. And as everywhere else on social media in France, we didn't notice that only on Twitter. Extreme right-wing has a rising presence and apply a real pressure on social media landscape. And I'm not sure it's not only in France. And after you have all the green ecologists and extreme left and liberals that are also present but weak on this map. So if we just aggregate not all the popular links on Twitter worldwide, but only the links these experts about politics people publish, we'll crowdsource in a certain way the better social media review we can hope. And we can do that on the period we want. Can we come back to the presentation, please? Thank you. Just a quick example. In France, on a 2-month period, you'll find, for example, an article from a famous lawyer about the Rome question in France. You'll find an analysis from an independent journalist about the warlords' information war. And you'll find, last one, a blog post from a policeman about video surveillance. It's not articles I choose, it's just the articles better linked by these experts we selectioned on a 2-month basis. So, in a nutshell, Twitter is a great tool to help us filter information. It's a weapon against information overload, but it needs to be filtered too. So we need to identify experts on Twitter based on the specificity of what they link, map these people, as I showed you, to understand their positions, and finally aggregate their recommendations. And aggregate their recommendations is a new way to crowdsource the design of his information landscape in our period of economy of attentions. Thank you.